such as you know what I wanted to say about what I noticed about it, among other things. That is it just me, or is the right half of this like a photo of an aquarium they just like threw in there?
Not all of it, just that one
Yeah,
tank.
but
Jellyfish and everything.
that drives me insane. I got to tell you, whenever I see people do that, I think to myself,
I think that's fine.
back in my day, if you couldn't draw a background yourself, you went without.
But she already did. She drew like 2/3 of the background. I think you can cut her some slack for like that one little spot.
And then she just got lazy. Like, oh god. Like I'm going to confirm right now if this is a gift.
One thing I've noticed, this is kind of well, this kind of carries over from I think our second episode where we had a different picture that was drawn of Relaxing Dragon. Is that the tail is like coming out of
kind of floating there.
It's kind of coming out of your ass.
It looks like it has somewhere to be, and it wants to, get going. But I'm stuck on this cuttlefish.
Your tail is coming out of your butt there.
That.
No, man, I could just be like pulling those shorts really high. You ever think of that?
Well, then what's that curve? Like that curve's not the raccoon ass of your character.
It is my extraordinarily full wallet in my back pocket.
That pocket actually does seem to be bulging a lot. I have to say.
Which is the complete opposite of what's happening in the front end. That's retreating. Totally retreating. I can't. He didn't say whether or not he commissioned it on the info. All we know is that he has it.
I think it's a gift. I don't. Or if it is a commission, then I didn't describe anything. I was just like me at the aquarium with the cuttlefish version of me.
There's something going on. There's something going on with the character's neck there.
Something going on with my hands too.
Well, yes.
Yeah, one of your hands is kind of not touching the. It's like you're very carefully about to touch the glass, like you're afraid it's going to disappear.
Well, I'm afraid it's going to break through and eat me or something, like an alien facehugger.
Yeah, I'm sure
you can't let it know you're afraid. You have to still give it the right. You have to look it right in the eye.
Smell fear.
And then there's the jellyfish back there. That's what my sister liked, was the jellyfish.
I do like those jellyfish.
One other thing I really did like was the thickness of the glass. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, well, I could see that's a perspective shot where the viewer's looking straight in the middle of the glass.
Of course, the glass and the little shelf in front of the glass on both sides.
But because the glass extends further than the shelf for that reason, it really looks like there's nothing stopping you from just walking around there shaking.
I don't think the glass is actually coming out. I think that means the glass is going into the shelf.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean I'm saying because this glass panel here is its graphic extends further than the shelf. It looks like again it makes it look like you really could just walk right around there and be in that free floating ocean.
Or that all of a sudden the wall of water is going to come crashing down on me from the side.
Look, if I don't adhere to physics, it won't hurt me.
Does anyone else feel like there's some kind of forbidden love story going on here?
It's funny you say that, because the tags of this image, 4 of them are love at first sight.
It is. It's true. Of course.
Take that for what you will. What my
So you've fallen in love with another version of yourself.
I'm just saying my 18-year-old self was probably pretty open-minded when it came to cuttlefish.
There's a word for people like that.
The furries?
Bingo! You got in one.
For every crazy freaking thing you do, the word is furries.
Yep.
The hair of your character isn't the same shade here either.
My hair has been all sorts of shades over the years of its being drawn, because I can't really decide on a color or a style or anything. I just do tealish, bluish hair.
You are so exhausted thinking up a raccoon with teal hair.
Honestly, one commission I did go through 4 or 5 different versions of the hair with the guy. I have a sketch in one of my work in progress folders with like 4 different hairstyles just laid out with different colors, and I had to try and pick one. And I stayed up at least in one night trying to figure it out. I was going back and forth, and these things they get to you. They drive you nuts.
You know, I was kind of sad. What was that, Dex?
Go on.
I was going to say, it's kind of sad that in Art Snark 2, the image where I used the one I did for you, because having that image here that I done for you and having you comment on it with us, that would have been really great.
Yeah.
But I never thought you'd have been on here because you don't like saying things that people might find unpleasant.
Sorry?
It's no fun.
I'm trying my best right now.
You're doing all right. He wouldn't suggest any images, though, Dex. You believe that?
What?
He wouldn't suggest any images. I said he could suggest some images if you wanted when I didn't have them, but he wouldn't.
Yeah,
Well. What I was going to say is, when he was talking about having to think of different hairstyles, I was saying, if I had to think of a hairstyle for a character of mine, I'd just look in the mirror and take a picture every day.
Yeah, my hair's kind of ugly like that, so I can't do that. I need more interesting hair.
Like, yeah, if his hair on the raccoon were like his hair in real life, I wouldn't. It would not be satisfying.
Not at all.
You know. I think you have one of the like. On the other hand, I don't really look to Relaxing Dragon's character to like get me all flustered.
Thank you, I think.
You never can tell whether it's supposed to be a compliment.
I don't know. In this fandom in general, I seriously don't know anymore.
Well, you couldn't be like romantically involved with this character because first of all, his character's scattered as hell. It's like, I thought we were going to do something today. I was at the aquarium. I thought we were going to do something the day before. I was chasing a kiwi through a freestanding door.
Okay, in my defense, that kiwi stole something of mine, so I was getting it back.
Which is obviously more important than spending time with a significant other.
I'm not. Yeah, you can't let these things go. You have to chase them down.
This is true. This is true. You have to follow things
through.
through.
Any like defiance to the birds.
Yes.
Or any that's not the right word. But you can't
must follow through every endeavor to the end.
Absolutely.
Well, I think we've said all that needs saying about this image.
Actually, one more thing.
All right, go on.
Like the jeans in this are actually like jean colored and textured. So that was a nice touch.
Well, you could say that. That's certainly not what's going on with the fur. He's
take my compliment and move to the next picture.
He's a really
no.
carpeting.
Let's focus on this. Let's not move to the next picture.
He's got carpeting on him. That's not a bad thing.
That's probably why I'm wearing what I'm wearing, because it's so hot otherwise.
That outfit is so says I am from California.
I mean, it could have been a T-shirt. I would have been a bit more acceptable.
Well, maybe it was a really hot day. And is there no time when the temperature is such that take off not acceptable?
That shirt, like, he's wearing that shirt. He's like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Cuttlefish. Oh, be bad." Your little tentacle thingies are to die for.
Oh my god.
Now that I'm actually looking at the cuttlefish, he kind of looks really weirded out.
Like, what the hell are you wearing, dude?
What the hell are you looking at?
But, you know, he came up to me, so.
He came up to you because he saw you were wearing, and he was like, "Dude, seriously, you need to fix that."
I will take his thoughts into consideration.
Oh, you are such a bitch.
Yeah.
That's the last of my
Yes, let's move on to the very exciting third picture.
Oh no.
Do it, Dex.
Oh. Ew.
Image number 3. Image number...
Oh god.
Like I said to the other two, sometimes you just know the corner snout of Art Snark when you see it.
Jesus. Do you know what? I'm convinced that you pick these images on purpose just to upset me.
I really don't.
I agreed to this image to upset you. Does that count?
Well, no. I don't think so.
Well, I didn't ask for Relaxing Dragon whether or not he wanted to agree to it. He's just here. And he'll do. If Relaxing Dragon will like what I tell him to like.
He's right. I'm like a puppet to him.
He is just a little puppet. I just have to go finagle. Anyway.
That's not a real word. You just made that up.
Finagle's a word, or at least people use it.
We're really trying to distract ourselves from this picture. We just can't do that. We have to stay right.
All right. This is an image commissioned by TripRat, or maybe it's a GIF, I don't know. Done by user Min, M-I-N. And the name of this image, because it's actually in my Firefox bookmarks, go figure. Name of this image is Silly Rat, That's Not How You Eat Stuffing. And for argument's sake, that's true. It's not the best way.
It's an accurate title. We cannot criticize an accurate title.
Definitely not a conventional means of consuming stuffing.
All the ways to eat stuffing, that's
the worst way.
Yeah, I'm going to say, like, from the neck up, it's not too bad. I actually don't mind that.
I would disagree.
I once again like the ears, and I think the hair is like appropriately hairy. And
hair's appropriately hairy.
The hair sure is hairy on this image.
I guess like the nose is right at eye level, which is that a rat thing?
I like the onomatopoeia in this image, by the way.
Yeah, I was just looking at that actually.
Like, caramel. What the hell?
How do you like figure out what that noise?
Yeah, how do you
sound
spell like how do I spell this sound effect?
You like sit there and sound it out, or you have to like reenact something to sort of see what that sounds like.
Like, get some stuff and get the tube. Ah, that's what it sounds like. All right. I was picturing more of a squish, less of a rushing of air.
Well, maybe at first, like. But then over time, as things keep going in and out, or just in, I guess. Because I guess both these two have been pumping things in. There's not like an out section here.
This user, I've been to his page. He's into his fetishes. He really is. Like,
well, good for him. You shouldn't be. You might as well not hide these sorts of things. Just get them right out there.
Well, it's like. Be it stuffing, be it just being really, really fat, be it really, really muscular, having other people like crammed up your backside, it's all good.
Oh my god. Oh.
Like just for the final image of Art Snark, like for like months, and a special day devoted to TripRat. So about this.
I'm sure it is.
The first thing I did is I sent it to Dex and I said Art Snark 4.
Yes.
But then I saw.
You said nothing else, just like a little like email. Just
I sent it to him in an IM. It just said Art Snark 4. That's all I said.
And I just looked at it and went,
But so I went to go see who the artist was, and the artist was Min. But then when I went to their page, I realized that that Min was their, like, I guess it was their adult account, and the other account, I realized it was somebody I had just recently gotten into like kind of a thing with for Affinity, and I'll tell you why. Because someone, and I'm not bringing this up just because Relaxing Dragon's here and I want to make fun of him. It's just a happy coincidence.
Good to know.
I
believe you, too.
Someone had drawn Fluttershy. And they had called it a digital painting. Now, that's like nails on a chalkboard for me, to call something a digital painting. Because it's like, I kind of think that for something to be a painting, it should contain paint.
I think it's just like a term.
All right. But I said, this is not a painting. It doesn't contain paint. And the person who did this, like, I'm assuming I figured out the right person, but I'm going to find out and figure out a totally different argument. But the person who commented back to that. I think it was the person who said was this person. What they ended up telling me was that real painting is real painting is impractical.